I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the new television series or miniseries, Blade Runner 2099. So Blade Runner is a franchise created from the visual mind of Ridley Scott. Now, I know I do talk a lot of trash about Ridley Scott, but he has made some bangers, hasn't he? He really does. And now he's just putting like executive producer on stuff, make sure that his original product, that's understandable. That's understandable. But he has made some bangers. I'm not going to lie. I just don't like his recent antics, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Blade Runner 2099. So let me give you like a quick synopsis about Blade Runner. If you've never seen it, a lot of people, I think this a movie franchise that people should see, because this is where our future is going. And I'm going to get into that part in the video later. So these are important movies. So basically, Blade Runners are people that hunt replicants. They're like a law enforcement agency that hunts replicants. Now, replicants can go either way. A lot of people, I mean, from the movies, they're genetically engineered human beings with implanted memories from someone else in order to use those things for further colonization into outer space, mining, just a building expansion of humankind by using genetically engineered. Some will say genetically engineered humans that have a hollow soul. Some will say that they're more close to androids. Not able to, how can you say, procreate, or reproduce. So in this world, the big corporations have taken over. So genetic research technology is the big push. And they use these replicants to get that job done. It's like you're manufacturing a workforce. And then when somebody goes rogue, you have some of the replicants go rogue. You have basically Blade Runners that go hunt them down. Because we don't want that happening, right? They're here to do service for humans, for us. So we don't have to do those things. It's puzzling where that's going, right? So, and in the original Blade Runner, you had Deckard, which is played by Harrison Ford, and he's a Blade Runner, and he's hunting replicants. It's a beautiful, visually amazing movie. Even today, that movie stands. That stands up. It's just beautifully done. Ridley Scott did a good job. And he was hunting down a replicant. What it was, Batty, which and Rucker Hauer's performance in that. You have to watch that movie. Always remember, Tears in the Rain. So many great lines in that movie, and you could relate to the replicants, because who are we to say that they're not human? Like, we implant stuff in their brains and their subconscious to be, this is who you are and this is who you're going to be, which I think, and I'm going to get later, I'm getting into that later in the video, is where we're going. Then you had 2049. I mean, Blade Runner, the first one, success. 2049 with Ryan Gosling. I'm biased because Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite male actors. Yeah, it was It's a good movie. I mean, if you actually look at it, yeah, it made like 257 million worldwide at the box office. I think it's another movie that was before its time. Even the first movie was before its time, but it was kind of in that sci-fi era of the 80s when everybody's crossing it, so it worked, you know. Um, it's a great movie, and it's directed by one of my favorite directors, Denis Villeneuve. You know, the guy that's done Dune and all those Sicarios. It's it's a it's a great continuation of the story because it explains a lot more. The first one is just a battle of humans and replicants, but then this one shows you that there's other ties to other things. So you have the Tyrell, the big corporations that are doing genetic and technology. Like you had the Tyrell Corporation in the first one. That one got defunct, and then it turned into the Wallace Corporation. And if you've noticed, they give you subtle hints and jabs at it's a more expansive world. It actually expands into the alien universe as well. So then you got things like Well and Utani, which is notoriously one of the bigger corporation names in the Alien franchise. So it's all connected, all ties together. But 2049 explained more of the aspect. You started to see like the uprising and the freedoms that the replicants wanted because they feel like they're human. And who are we to say that they aren't? Because supposedly we created them in these corporations, right? We're playing God. They can't reproduce. But what if they can? Because the Tyrell Corporation, the first one, was kind of onto that. They think that they can actually, reproduce, which would be a bad thing, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what you get playing God. So you need to take heed of these movies and actually watch and listen because a lot of these movies, I mean, granted we aren't on pace. Like there was more technology in the Jetsons cartoon show than we have now. But you could look at it the other way. Did they have the stuff that if you actually look at this, it could go either way. Are we moving a little too fast? Is this where we're going? We'll see. Now we got the TV show, which is going to be it's I mean, it's really like it's going to be basically this series where it's 50 years after 2049. So obviously you're going to have to watch those. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I got to watch those to watch this. Sometimes you do with movies. Something, that's why you have trilogies. That's why you have, okay. And it's going to be starring Michelle Yeoh. Now they're keeping her really under wraps. So I don't know if she's going to be a replicant, if she's going to be a Blade Runner. I think with her style of movie, and man, is she good to watch, ain't she? Michelle Yeoh finally got her Award, but Michelle Yeoh is one of my top actresses, and I could watch a movie with her just sitting in a room saying nothing. She's an amazing, amazing performer and talent, and she's finally getting her due because she's always been good. So we really don't know what they're going to do. Obviously, they're going to have replicants. Obviously, they're going to have Blade Runners. So, but this is one of this expansive universe. So, like, it ties into like the Alien universe in subtle ways, but it could go so because it's just so there's so much you can do with it with technology and genetics that like shows like Altered Carbon kind of got Altered Carbon, to be honest with you, kind of took a lot of stuff from and a shout out to Dark Soldier or Altered Carbon, I got you. Uh that's basically kind of not a ripoff, but kind of used the same premise, same idea, and incorporated in that TV show. I think with I just love the franchise. It's just great and it's beautiful to watch. It's visually amazing. The story's good, the writing's good, and this is a good choice. I think you should test it out again because it has been a long time since Blade Runner 2049. People caught on afterwards. didn't go to the movie, see it, wish they would, got it on physical media, and they were so interested in it. And it's sometimes movies just don't, they're not released at the right time and they catch on. You can't always think about box office, right? Everybody thinks about box office numbers. Oh, this movie made 1 billion, 1 million, 1 billion. Does it hold up? Like everybody will go see it because it's the thing at the time. And then certain movies like this, there's like, oh, it didn't even make that much. But then you get cult followings, you get physical media releases, you get people that are watching on streaming. Look at some of the movies that they brought back that just hit at the wrong time. There could have been other bigger movies out, and then years later they're watching it like it's brand new, and all of a sudden they're like it's the number one on the streaming program or the number one, and it's like some of them do slip through the cracks. But these are movies that need to be watched because if you actually look at them, it's where we're going. You got things like Neuralink, the big corporation taking over Amazon, SpaceX. Space travel is basically controlled by three companies, three corporations now. There's that one in, I believe, India. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like the biggest. I'm talking about. There's other ones. There's the one in India. There's obviously the Amazon. What is it? Blue Horizon and SpaceX. And then of course you got NASA. But with all those companies, NASA wouldn't exist. Space travel would be like, if we even do go to space, that's not like a serious thing. But it's run by corporations now. It is. And a lot of the genetic research and stuff like that, it's not the one doctor trying to figure it out anymore, like back in the day, trying to figure out a vaccine or something like that. It's all run by corporations. And what is the best way to protect the human race is to create genetically engineered humans or humanoids, androids, whatever, to do the work for us. And you can't sit there and say that, oh yeah, well, we create this organic human being that resembles a human, acts human, feels human, and think that being or whatever that you created isn't going to feel alive. That thing that you created may look back at you and be like, I'm the upgrade. So we gotta watch where we're going with a lot of that stuff. Now I do agree with some stuff, but like AI, I mean it's all inevitable. We may not see if you watch Blade Runner, we may not our generation might see it, but I guarantee you kids' generations is gonna see it. And I can almost 100% agree that your grandkids are gonna see the full extent of where this is gonna go. you create you create these humanoid things, basically humans, to do your work. Now, if you can do all that, you don't think that they're going to invent some way where we don't get sick, where there's with the real humans, as they say, that's what the corporations say. We're the real humans. We're the top of the food chain. Then why we have to create something like that and manipulate genes and all that? Where if they get to the point where you can get things like longevity, like I'm talking about humans living for like 200, 300, 400 years. Everybody always says like, "Oh, I don't want to live that long." Yeah, it's cool. I just want to, life run its course. But if somebody could tell you that they have a way, not the fountain of youth, with technology and genetic research, that they can make you live 300, 400 years. And who knows, in the next 400, we could have you go to 1,000 and that. You're going to do it. You're going to do it because nobody likes to lose loved ones. And say what you want. Everybody always says, yeah, I'll accept death when it happens. You're all scared. Everybody's like, oh, this place sucks, whatever. Yeah. But if somebody gave you the option, let's be honest here. They gave you the option like, hey, we got these these things. Maybe we can put your consciousness into a replicant, and then you could live on through them. If that's earlier technology, that's the way they could do it. Like you'll people are still going to do it. I'm telling you. You'll get your ones that are just like, no, 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 no. But yeah, more so, I would say probably like 80, 90% people would do something like that. If you could put your consciousness, just like altered carbon, into another body or into another jet that's better. What if you died of some disease and you died way too early? And then your family's already done it, but they kept your consciousness. You would do it. Everybody would. So that's why I think these movies need to be resurrected. And I think this is a good call by because the product is owned by Warner Bros. So Warner Bros. Is passing to Amazon Prime Videos. They're going to do this TV series, miniseries, and then this may, if it's a hit, even if it's a bust, isn't that crazy? Because like, look at what happened with Rings of Power, bust. But as soon as people said, "Oh, Warner Bros. Is getting it back, and they're going to do a movie, The Hunt for Gollum," all of a sudden everybody was interested. So they feed off each other. But I really think that the show is going to be good. It's probably, and the funny thing is, Amazon has FU money. Look with Rings of Power. They don't care. It's a tax write-off. They'll make that back in a day. This is going to be big budget. It has to be. The special effects, it's futuristic world, the concept, great writing. You got Michelle Yeoh, Academy Award winning Michelle Yeoh, coming as one of the lead actors or actresses. Actually, the main role, I believe. So I believe it's going to be in good hands. But we need to focus on movies like this because movies are always telling you something. People think that movies are just entertainment, but those people believe in something too and see things and hear things and incorporate into movies to kind of like kind of subtly tell you that this stuff could be happening. People in those high places like that, I know they're like directors and stuff. What do they have? They hear things. They know those people because everybody watches movies. All right. And if you look at it doesn't take it doesn't take a person to see the smartest of people to see that is where it's going. If you actually look at those movies and the concepts, a lot of that stuff is happening now. Corporations are going to eventually take over. You'll have your governments, you'll have your presidents, but it's doing it right now. Corporations run every single country. It's not Congress and all that. That's why they're always trying to put laws and pass these bills on these companies because they getting a lot more powerful. You know, because I don't see Congress or the Senate in the workforce doing that. They are in a way. They're passing laws, bills, making sure stuff's like I get that. I get that. But these are the industrial people, the technology moving people. Because you know what? You're going to need my technology to help you do what you do. And then I can be able to do what I do. But anyway, I went on a little ramble. Oh my gosh, this is almost like 20 minutes. I apologize, people. But I don't know. Tell me if you're interested. That's my opinion on it. And the Blade Runner franchise is great. It's great. I really like it. But I want your thoughts on it. So tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to go on this journey with me. All it takes is one little click on the subscribe button because I got plenty of content coming out. So if you want me to do some content, let me know. But just subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone.